Welcome back to another episode of Day One Radio right here on Live Hip Hop Daily. I'm Maurice Garden. I'm here with my man BP. What's going on, man?
Ain't nothing. What's going on, bro? How your week been going?
It's been going, man. Like I'm easing back into, you know what I'm saying, work, you know what I'm saying, treating myself to a week away from work, easing my way back into it. So everything cool.
I need a week away from everything. Most definitely, man. We appreciate y'all watching and listening, man. Make sure that you download, stream, whatever you want to do. You can get us on every podcast app there is. We appreciate that 100%. Make sure y'all keep listening and tell a friend to tell a friend. But today we got, some of the homies in here, man. We're all from a certain era. So when this dude told me that he was going to make a New Jack Swing album, I was like,
what?
Okay. Word. All right. That's how you feel? That's what we doing out here? And he continued to tell me and send me the music. I was like, oh, he was for real. So, y'all might know them as their regular names if you've been in and around Atlanta. But for those who are listening other places around the world, we have Black and Mild in the building.
Simplest name.
Yeah, Black and Mild. It's a very black name.
And that's Mild.
Yes, that's who they practice this. All right. So first question. I mean, you guys live, regular lives, as we can see. You got the scrubs on, and you got your X-Clan beads on. So, what made you in 2018 want to record a New Jack Swing album?
Honestly,
yes,
we were just we were bored, and a friend of ours, we would always hang out, and she was like, "Hey, I'm going to name you guys a group." So we was like, okay. And then so they had a whole bunch of different names. It's like, okay, we like Black and Mild. We didn't know anything about any music. So we kept adding people to our make-believe band. Right. And then one day. Right. Yes. And then one day, there was a discussion about Bruno Mars and cultural appropriation. And so I called him. I was like, hey, let's make a New Jack Swing album. Had some time, and he said, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, I have very little free time, but, with that free time.
We made time.
Yeah, we made time and made this album, which I think is...
So did y'all have prior experience in making music? Because the one thing about folks saying, that's cultural appropriation, a lot of people that say that is like, well, shit, you go try making music like Bruno Mars. I mean, just because you black don't mean it's just going to come out like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
You just open your mouth and you go around.
Right. You know, so did y'all have prior experience in what was it like making music off of that alone? Like, man, shit, man, we can do that. Like, how did that actually feel? How was that for you?
We did the research, actually. Like, I just did the research and was like, hey.
He did the research.
Yeah, I did the research. I have an abundance of time with my job.
Tommy.
Exactly. So nobody knows exactly what I do for a living. So that's kind
okay. That's all right.
Kind of
Tommy.
So what we did is we did some research. I have a really talented producer who's done a lot of stuff for a lot of different people.
Shout out to Thriller.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I said, hey man, can you make me some royalty-free New Jack Swing album music? He's like, what? I was like, yeah, just make me a New Jack Swing album, please. And he said, all right. And so we started writing. And I guess there's everybody pretends to freestyle and sing funny, we do it all the time. So I was like, all right, we'll just write it. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what we did. So I guess, are we culture vultures?
No, I mean,
I'm black. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not a culture vulture.
I'm not.
I grew up with New Jack Swing.
Yeah.
That's my era. I'm an 80s baby. I was...
Yeah,
Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis.
Right, we're the #1 contemporary hip hop dad rap group.
Possibly the only one, but definitely
with a pop appeal to it.
Well, now the funny thing is though, people have been trying to push this urban contemporary hip hop thing lately. So I don't know if this quite fits into that, but at the same time, it's interesting. And if we're not bullshitting, if you go on Spotify or,
Apple
title, Apple Music. Like, there's the name of the album, is the New Jack
New Jack.
Swing. The New Jack.
Yeah, the New Jack.
The New Jack, and the name of the group is really Black and Mild. So, like, when I was listening to it, I was like, okay, so they're really trying to make songs, but at the same time, this could be taken like a Weird Al Yankovic type thing.
Right.
So is it kind of like however you feel it, it's how you feel it and roll with it?
Yeah, I think the first song that we came up with was Tuition, which is basically about a dude tricking.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's not really tricking because he's just paying tuition, buying books. It's like a book fund. You know? It's like a book scholarship. Girl, y'all done gave out book scholarships here in the AUC. Don't act like, I mean, you don't have to admit it here on the podcast. Plead the fifth.
No, sir.
But,
Girl, it ain't no tricking if I pay a little tuition.
yeah.
Here we go again.
You change majors 32 times since the spring of '09. Damn, you're lucky you're a dime. Cause your Pilgrim's dry and that fast has been denied. Credit cards all declined. So I think that it's about time. You want a scholarship? It ain't that hard to get. Just let me give you this tip. Unintended. No application fee for a scholarship from me. Show me them bitty. Girl, it ain't no tricking if I pay a little tuition. And I don't see nothing wrong with supporting your
I'm just supporting your ambition.
Yeah.
I mean, basically. And so I think some of the songs were clearly a little tongue in cheek. But they sounded good at the time. Like that one.
Said at the time.
And they still sound good, you know, all these weeks later.
Yeah.
We recorded the album
We have a lot of streams.
Word?
I was kind of shocked.
Like how? What are the like? I mean, obviously, it changes like by the minute. But what were like the numbers looking like? What number like surprised you? Like, oh, word?
As of Saturday, I think we were at 175,000 streams.
That's pretty damn good.
I don't know what that means exactly.
That's pretty damn good. That ain't
Yeah,
bad.
but that's
at
only
all.
on like.
Bro, there are people that's probably listening to this episode like, bro, nigga, I done put in so much work, and I got 15,000.
Yeah, we
didn't work.
We recorded the whole album in one day.
Are you serious?
We recorded all the songs in one day.
Oh yeah,
We had
the original initial recording took one day.
So
and
y'all,
then we had to go back in and punch in.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
okay.
punch in.
Yeah, we learned that
You
engineering
learned-
term.
oh my god, y'all are pissing a lot of people off right now.
I mean, I'm saying,
Now, like
Grind is real.
with
people out there.
this you know, streaming and numbers like that, man. Like, I want to know, like, when you set out to do this, I know y'all were saying that we were bored, we were just having fun, but it's like those are legitimate numbers. Like, are y'all prepared for if so folks be like, hey man, like I didn't see no booking info, like shit, man. Y'all trying to come to Charlotte? Y'all trying to come to damn South by? Y'all trying to, like, are y'all prepared for like, oh shit, man, I gotta take time off of this job that I have, you know what I'm saying? To start doing these shows.
yeah, I mean, you know, one of my jobs, I'm a college professor, so I teach organizational theory and behavior, business law, marketing, stuff like that. So what I did was we started a publishing company and a record company, just in case something happened.
Just in case.
And we familiarize ourselves with sync companies. So if Apple or Twix or, you know, one of those companies wanted to use our stuff, we're not getting, you know, did dirty.
Right,
so
right.
We've been offered a few things. We talked to a person over there at FUBU.
Okay.
And we'll be talking to somebody at Carl Kanai pretty soon, hopefully, and then and one of the major car companies, and a liquor company.
Oh,
Yeah,
possible.
yeah. It's
Two and a possible.
Yeah.
It's like a space.
Right.
spacing.
so look, we don't care. Listen, all I want is my mortgage paid. You know, I don't want to pay it anymore.
I don't want to see y'all in no commercials for Slits Mall Liquor doing the Running Man and shit.
we don't want to be cooning.
Yeah. That ain't,
we will sell out.
But I mean, no, like, would that still be considered cooning? Did we think folks was cooning in the St. Ives commercials?
Man, this St. Ives was dope.
Those commercials were good.
Come
though.
on, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Go in the store, you know what I'm
looking for.
That was Nate Dogg. R.I.P.
Yes, R.I.P. to Nate Dogg for sure.
Yeah, but to your point, no, I'm not ready to I'm not ready to tour.
We'll do spot dates.
Yeah, we can do spot
dates.
weekend
Weekend
dates.
date, chilling circuit.
Chilling circuit.
Right. We in Mobile this weekend.
Hitting Biloxi.
Yeah. We might go on the Tom Joyner cruise.
Yeah.
Like,
I would go on the Tom Joyner cruise.
Yeah, you gotta get.
So like, why New Jack Swing? Because I mean, it's history has shown us that things usually go in like 20 to 25 year cycles. You know what I'm saying? No, not sure if you agree with that per se, but like why New Jack Swing? Because a lot of folks when they decide I want to do this kind of music and bring something back, quote unquote. Some folks go as far back as they can think. They're like, oh man, we about to bring these down, these bell bottoms and these things, you know what I'm saying, all that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, you know what I'm saying? But like why New Jack Swing?
I mean, the cadence just made sense for us in terms of what we were talking about. I don't think we're not bad rappers.
No,
y'all are decent.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we're in the top 5
in your peer group
Of contemporary. Top 5 in contemporary
adult contemporary
dad rap.
Yes, I think we.
But no, I mean, it was kind of, and it was.
That's what we respect.
And it fit the time. I mean, like you mentioned, Bruno was.
I think what's
Bruno's
cool about it is that you guys are actually cats that lived through the New Jack Swing era and are doing it. Because you have a lot of people that weren't alive during that time remaking the songs. Like, dude, what's my man name?
Who remade that?
Berg, a.k.a. Hitmaker.
Oh, Young Berg.
All his stuff is remaking 90s. The shit is jamming, though.
Yeah.
Like, I can't front, but all his stuff is remaking that. And dude got to be, like 30? If that, like late 20s, early 30s. So I think that's dope for sure. Has anybody at your, obviously you work in medicine and you are allegedly a college professor. Tommy over here.
Tuesdays, every other Tuesday.
Yeah. Have people that you guys worked with seen the video or listened to the music? And if so, what is their reaction?
Oh yeah, man. We're just now finalizing a deal with to be a consulting company, a broad consulting company, and so a big person at Bain and Company was like, "Hey, she's Caucasian. She's like, I heard you had an album." I was like, "Yeah, I got an album. How?" I said, "Because he wanted to." I wish I had that courage. So more than not, we have a lot of people who say, "I wish I could do that," or "Wow, you guys really did that," which is kind of. I think it's kind of strange. Yeah. Maybe we're just naive enough to not care. Couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. I think, but if you're disconnected from that world, you don't know how easy it is to record music now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. People probably think they have to pay hundreds of dollars an hour for a studio session and get a reel-to-reel and stuff like that. They don't know that you can email tracks and all kind of stuff.
Well,
right.
We went to Astro Studios, which was Zach Studios.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bills in Austin.
The weekday.
And we worked out a deal with them. We had Griff. Phil, we shot 5 videos in 3 days. Actually, tomorrow we're going to release Cookout because it's about that time.
Are we?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
like, thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
I can warn my colleagues.
Yeah.
Like back to your point, my colleagues have heard the record. One of my surgeons actually today or yesterday, he was like, "Yo, man, I heard the record." We have a mutual friend on Facebook who had posted the album. He was like, "Yo, I heard your record. That's dope. That's dope." He added it to his playlist, his surgical playlist.
You cannot.
Surgical playlist.
Yeah, because he played music in the OR. He might.
Nah, folks play music in OR. Y'all didn't see that doctor got sued.
Man, if anybody's watching, this is not no Dr. Boutte stuff over here. I may listen to music in the OR, but I am strictly professional, and I ain't recording no videos in the OR. None of our videos will be shot in the hospital. HIPAA.
Gotcha. Take it back a little bit, man. What is your favorite New Jack Swing song?
That's a hard one.
Jesus. Man. Okay, so one of them is Christopher Williams, "Don't Wake Me, I'm Dreaming." Mainly because he's singing super hard. And if
I don't know what he's singing about.
And he got this white beater on, and he's singing like punching in the air. I'm kind of like, what are you doing? And then
I don't even know if I remember that video.
I don't remember the video.
I don't remember. He's going crazy.
He was it.
And what? And then another one is I don't know if you consider this New Jack Swing, but it's still New Jack Swing. Can You Stand the Rain? It was part of the era. But it wasn't New Jack
It was
Swing
in the era.
song.
Yeah.
Velvet
It was
DeVoe's
close.
Poison
It was
a big one
close.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was close.
I mean, mine is Motown Philly for sure. Boys to Men, Motown Philly, back again.
Yeah.
On that little East Coast one.
That's on the
That
edge
was
of
a
it, yeah.
that was a great song, great track.
Yeah. I mean,
Influenced by BBD.
Most definitely.
Right.
BBD, I think, you know, and I'll just mention this real quickly. We, as African Americans and curators of culture, we rarely get respect for the things and the trends that we start. And if you look at some of the things going back to like the Fab Five in Michigan, and basically launching a lot of the trends that people made billions of dollars off of, or looking at how BBD influenced the dance moves of Korean pop artists, which is now known as K-pop, which is an $11 billion industry.
We in Korea? We in?
I love K-pop.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
K-pop.
going on. I don't know what they're saying, but it's beautiful. You know, it's just really dope. But I see that stuff, and I'm like, yo, you know, when people ask me what's my favorite stuff, it's the most influential from across the board. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good. Don't apologize for being intelligent, brother. Let it be known. Let it be known. But that's y'all brought up kind of good points of what is and isn't, like, in your mind, what is New Jack Swing? Because, like, everything that was recorded during that period of time is not New Jack, obviously. But
Right.
what makes a song New Jack Swing?
I've had arguments that Remember the Time is not a New Jack Swing song, but people keep categorizing that song as a New Jack
The
Swing
drums
song.
were
It
New
had-
Jack Swing.
It had the swing. I mean, it's got.
I mean, hell, like it's Teddy Riley. It's Teddy Riley. Like, how can it not be New Jack Swing if Teddy Riley made it?
Anything he's done,
But the
he did
drums
prior.
do. It just has more melody. Especially the breakdown. Those are New Jack Swing
That-
drums all day.
And I'm pretty sure when Mike summoned Teddy Riley, he was like, I want that New Jack Swing shit. I want that shit you be doing for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that's how
exactly
that
he said
how
it.
that went.
Give me that New Jack Swing shit.
Teddy Riley is that generation's Pharrell, and he doesn't get celebrated enough for it. And so,
If there was no Teddy Riley, there
was
would
no
be
Pharrell.
Yeah,
no
they were
Pharrell.
no
Pharrell.
Pharrell. Yeah. For
So-
sure.
Speaking of Teddy Riley, we want to do something with you. So if anybody knows Teddy, please have them contact us. Continue.
okay, so like, you know, I think if you look at different historians when they categorize New Jack Swing, they say from 86 to 93. Some say from 86 to 94. I say 93 was the dead end of it. Like, you were done.
Like, what came out in '93 that would be categorized as New Jack Swing? Because
it
I
was
feel
the last
like,
Heavy D song before he
You feel
just
like it
changed
ended
over.
before then? Or
I think it was 91.
I think like I agree.
I think it was
like
91.
91. I think like the tail end of that
When Gangsta
Any
Rap-
Heartbreak BBD run was kind of the end of New Jack Swing
Yep.
to me. Because then, like, that's when Guy kind of fell off
Yeah.
to an extent. Because Guy's second album might have had like 5-6 New Jack Swing songs.
Yep.
The rest of it, Teddy was going kind of
Like
in a
more
different
R&B.
direction. Yeah, most definitely. But that's interesting that you say that for sure. Yeah, that's New Jack Swing is.
I mean,
That was a wonderful moment in time, man.
if you go to, you know, we go to this place called The Groove, with Wally.
Oh yeah, shout out to Wally.
like, and it's amazing.
He said that like we didn't know.
No, he's talking to the listeners. He's talking to the listeners. He's talking to the
Out here
listeners.
culture vulturing, you know.
Wally is the guy who did our mixes for like the first 3.5 years of the podcast. We kind of know him a little. Go ahead.
What's up, Wally, Crystal? But like, you know, what gave us, I guess, the confidence is I would go in there and watch. I hate saying kids.
I mean,
They're
they are kids.
Yeah.
They're true.
24. I say 24 and say kids at the same time. So, you know, 24 to like 30, and they're dancing and singing a lot of those songs at The Groove.
Yeah.
And a lot of those songs are New Jack, and they're singing them like they know exactly
Right.
what they are. And I keep forgetting, like, oh, you were born to this song.
Yeah.
Like,
And or conceived.
or, conceive. Yes, I'm sorry, medical terms.
No.
Their parents were having sex.
wait.
Right? That's what
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm realizing that these people they really embrace,
Right.
you know, like you said, everything's cyclical. So it comes around.
Yeah.
It's a cycle of everything.
I think that's great though, because I feel like we did have a period in time where there were young people who knew nothing about the music that came before, which was weird to any of us that are in that mid to late 30s, early 40s age group because we knew all the shit our parents listened to because they would play it in the car, they would play it at the house.
Cleaning day.
Cleaning
day music.
I know word for word stuff that I haven't heard in 20 years just because muscle memory. You heard it so much growing up.
I got beef with Anita Baker to this day. She doesn't know it. Because I would have to wake up, and when I heard that music, I knew it was you couldn't go outside. It was Sunday. You had to clean the house. Can't go nowhere. Like legitimate, like you know how you tie music to certain
PTSD, bro.
Real
There's a
beef
3
with
6 Mafia song that I can never listen to in the car because I got in that car accident. And it's just like, can't listen to that. I'm cool.
Never again.
Yeah, definitely. Man, we want y'all to definitely stick around, man. We got some general topics that we want to talk about this week. I know you're opinionated on everything. So we good. We were talking about before we got on, and you mentioned the Fab Five earlier, and it ties into kudos to LeBron James, man, for opening his school in Akron and everything around it and partnering with the public school system. Like, that's a serious power move.
The I Promise School.
The I Promise School. Serious power move that they're doing all kind of stuff for the youth in that community. And like, you just got to take your hands off to the dude. Like, he's really pioneering something. And I hope that athletes that look up to him kind of take this model that he's using and do it in their neighborhood. Because this can be done everywhere. Like, especially, it doesn't take billions of dollars. Like, these cats have disposable, and I've never been a pocket watcher, but you got disposable income. Like, do something for the hood, man. Do something for the neighborhood you grew up in. Make it better because you have to catch these kids earlier now. I think when I was growing up, it was like 5th, 6th grade where you would go either way.
Yeah.
Now it's like really like
it's 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, 3rd and 4th grade, which is, it's imperative that we catch these kids before they go in a certain direction. But I was, watching all the media stuff around the school and watching the press conference, and then I saw a clip with Jalen Rose of the Fab Five, who has had a school, a charter school in Detroit for a minute, and he's doing good things out there. But I felt like he was like making the story about him. He actually brought up the guy who invented the moonwalk and was like, yeah, he was first, but Michael Jackson popularized it. So I was like, you sound real saucy, cuz.
You talking about Brother Shalimar?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, you got a school. That is wonderful.
That's wonderful.
That is great. I appreciate you doing things, but your school didn't open today. LeBron's school opened today. Mm-hmm. ESPN pays you to go on this show every morning and talk about what's going on. Talk about what's going on. Why are we talking about shit from 7 years ago?
Because Jalen's, with all due respect to Jalen Rose, he's a career unfulfilled. He was supposed to be the man in Toronto, got shipped out. Supposed to be the man in Indiana, didn't work out. Reggie had to just basically kind of check him, and you've seen that.
So what you saying? The school, the kids have potential to be A students, but at his school they get B? Is that what you're saying?
Because he just
I think he's saying that's bleeding over into his. It's bleeding over into his commentary.
This school is putting out journeyman shooting guard / small forwards that don't play defense.
Ain't no starters coming out of his school.
No starters.
What you say? We got a bunch of D2 scholarships popping up.
But they're going to get an education.
I knew that's what he does, man. That's Jalen Rose.
It made me what's funny is I was always kind of on his side with this whole Chris Webber thing. But now I'm starting to see what Chris Webber was talking about. Like, cuz everything is not about you.
He did make it. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Hey, shout out to LeBron. I'm going to give him his props in a second, but Jalen Rose's school of advanced learning has been that's basically what he did.
Yeah.
And so,
like, ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. Like, come on, man. I wasn't feeling that, and I guess because we're both, journalists by trade. Like, fam, don't make yourself the story. Right. I know that you kind of got to play TV a little bit, but I feel like he ain't the only one. David Robinson had a school. Deion had a school for a time. Like, you can make your points without bringing yourself into the story.
There's no more Prime Academy.
Nah,
it's gone.
I don't believe it's
Oh,
open
man.
anymore.
I thought it was still.
Well, then,
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of drama around
never mind.
Dion.
I don't wanna get into it.
Yeah, all right.
Shout out to Dion, though. We're all fans. Got love for prime time for sure, especially in Atlanta. You can't talk bad about
Oh,
it.
no, I ain't talking bad.
MC Hammer's on the sidelines. Does that happen today? Like, do superstars?
Quavo be at every game.
Oh, that's
So
Yeah, Quavo, Drake be at the Raptors games.
Drake is at everyone. Drake is a fan of whatever team is winning.
He's like a Raptors ambassador or something. Isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Doesn't
He is. He
a
definitely
check from the
is.
Raptors or something? Or had to
Yeah.
pay them? I don't know how that
Kansas and
works.
Kentucky.
I wonder if he can get Kawhi to talk.
Or smile.
We shall see. We shall
No,
see.
he's got 1 year to do it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean that's a whole other conversation. Are y'all power watchers?
Yeah. All day. I watch
Shaking your head,
I'm
no.
not- I'm not a power
Miles, you're not a power watcher.
I watched 3 episodes so far. Of
Like
season
ever?
1. Ever.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's just,
So,
I watch Power.
it's on my list.
did you watch the
in my
episode
queue.
with Kendrick?
Then I see the episode. I saw the clips I needed to see.
Well, he wasn't just like he was
Yeah.
a pretty major part
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the story.
Yep.
I thought he did an excellent job.
He did a marvelous job. A marvelous job. I was shocked.
For those who don't know, we're not going to give you any spoilers. Don't worry if you haven't seen the episode that came on Sunday. But Kendrick Lamar played a crack addict.
Flocka.
Yes, it was Flocka. Flocka.
That's how good he did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, excuse me.
Yeah. On the show, and he killed it, man. So this is my question: Is Kendrick now established as a better rapper and actor than Drake?
No, this is his first IMDb thing, ain't
Drake
it?
and Drake is playing the I can
like-
pretty much say that everything that Drake did on Degrassi, I saw no kind of stretch as I seen with Kendrick, a multimillionaire playing a drug addict, homeless man on Power.
But no, like he did his thing. I wouldn't just jump out and just be like, oh man, this man's one performance on 1 hour of television is already better than this other dude has put in multiple seasons on a television show. You know what I'm saying?
Degrassi.
I mean, that counts for something, man. That counts for something, man.
I didn't
If
watch
you're
that. either.
15,
You know.
yeah,
But I think he did a good job. I wasn't surprised at the job he did though,
I
because I
wasn't
mean, it's
surprised.
like when you listen to his music, and you know, even if when you do research on like just how he's become the performing artist that he is now, it's like he literally like performs in the booth. You know, a lot of artists, they just want to rap, gonna sing. You know what I'm saying? Like he has perfected performing in the booth, and that translates when he hits the stage, and it translated when he was on the television screen. So I wasn't surprised that, you know, the quality of the performance that he put in though.
It reminds me of Mos Def when I first saw Mos Def act. I think Mos Def is a tremendous actor,
definitely.
and that's the exact same vibe I got. I was like, this dude here.
It's like
He's
he
a bad boy.
transformed like,
Yeah.
into a
I guess,
different person.
hey, he did a great job. Now, look, you know, I think you can't compare Drake acting and Kendrick's acting. I think you can't compare them as artists. It's almost like,
poking the bear.
oh, okay. You know, George Clooney plays George Clooney in every role, right? He's George Clooney. He doesn't
Yeah.
transform. There's
Denzel,
method actors,
too.
right? Yeah.
Terrence Howard.
Iron Man.
Right.
Hey, Mike.
And then people who actually transform, like, you know, Heath Ledger or different, you know what I'm saying? Like Don Cheadle can transform.
Yeah.
You know, those are, what do you call them? Method? I don't know, with method actors?
I'm not sure. Of the
Yeah, but they're
terminology.
just different actors, you
Yeah.
know. There are people who play themselves and there's people who play
Right.
other people.
Right.
Definitely.
Like my man from Westworld who played People Santana and Shaft.
I've never seen Westworld.
Man,
Man.
what?
Now that's a show you need to watch.
Amazing.
No, it's like I've heard great things about the show, but it's like I was already like binging heavy on Black Mirror. Like if you like Black Mirror, you'll love Westworld. Like bro, I really ain't trying to double down on that kind of content either. Now, goddamn.
Black Mirror's
Black Mirror
dark.
is, yeah. Westworld is dark too, but it's, I don't know, man. Westworld is amazing.
Dude,
It's amazing.
you know what's difficult for me? I need to watch. I don't need too many TV shows where I actually have to pay attention. Because I'm more of a TV listener than a
Yeah.
TV watcher. Like I'm returning emails, I'm doing all kind of stuff. And if something piques my interest, I'll look up at the TV. But certain shows, which Westworld sounds like one of those shows, you have to pay attention. And a lot of the mainstream actors and actresses look very similar in my eyes. So I really have to pay attention to really understand what's going on.
I'm like, who is that?
I thought she was dead.
No, that's a different girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. Rewind.
The other blind.
Yeah. Then I got to start looking up show synopsis online so I can be like, so Keisha, but her name's never Keisha.
You don't watch Game of Thrones then?
I've never seen one episode of Game of Thrones.
Look, man, I'm not into the Dungeons and the Dragons and the dwarves and the elves and stuff. I've never been into that stuff. But that is one of the best shows I've ever seen on television. Period. I get exactly what you're saying.
I'll get into it at some point. Like season 6 of Orange is the New Black came out. I'm still on season 2. Like I'll catch it when I catch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have time to sit because that's like when you sit down and you have access to all them shows. You'll look up and it'll be 2:00 in the morning. And you ain't got nothing done.
It happens to me all the time.
At all. You know what I mean? So it's
your job.
It's your job. I feel like since I've officially canceled for the second season in a row the NFL, I will have time to watch
Sundays,
other things on Sundays, man. Right. Speaking of that, what did you guys think of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott coming out saying yes a mass? I mean, coming out saying
Zeke said it.
I believe it's. I didn't see a direct.
Dak. He said the exact same thing.
Yeah,
I didn't see.
I stand, boss. I stand right with you, boss.
It's not the time nor the place.
Yeah, this is what I don't understand, and I've been very passionate about this subject for a while. It's taken a long time for me to finally get off the ledge of saying I don't respect any black man who watches the NFL. It took me a while to get there. But it's still very hard for me because I just don't understand how you as a black man cannot understand what the black man is doing in respect and in defense of you, a black man. Now, I can understand why the players, because they're kids. They're just big-ass kids. Right. And some of them never had anything. A lot of them never had anything. They don't have knowledge or sense of self. And that comes along later on. If you ask me at 22, I'm like, look, I'm making $45,000 a week, bro. I got people I got to take care of. So it's different in that regard. But to watch, I've had a discussion where this guy told me, hey, my owner, he's referring to the Dolphins. My owner said he supports Colin Kaepernick, and my owner this and my owner that.
Listen to yourself.
Yeah,
right.
My owner.
And when
right,
you ain't on the team.
Right. And when all hell broke loose and old boy got hurt, and he didn't bring in Colin Kaepernick, I said, look, man, you got to understand. First and foremost, you're using my owner. That's in and of itself weird.
Right.
Second of all, you still and they still try to find ways to legitimize it. Now look, everybody needs their own escape. So if you want to watch football because you're escape from your everyday life, now I understand that's something you got to do. But I still find it very hard to comprehend why you, as a black man, can't understand why a black man risked his whole career and possibly, longer in future. It doesn't make sense to me, so I haven't watched.
I had a situation when I was in high school where after a football game, we were at this pizza spot. I'm inside talking to this girl. We hear shots ring out. Everybody gets down. I come out, and the dude that I rode with's car was nowhere to be found. I was super angry at the time and had to sit down and have a conversation with my father to let me know that was your wake-up call, that this person you consider your friend ain't with the shit. They don't have loyalty. They probably don't even understand street shit. Not that I've ever been a street person, but if you grow up in certain, area, you have to understand certain things. I feel like it's kind of the same way with this. It's like you have all of the information that I have. I don't have a special Google.
Right.
I don't have a special Google.
I don't have Google Lux. I don't get news stories 5 days before you do. We get all the shit at the same time. So if you understand that these cats are kneeling or putting their fist up or whatever, because that is the time where their helmets are off, where the cameras are on them, and it's clear that they have an issue with police brutality and police murdering brown and black people in this country and not going to jail for it. And you still sit down and say you watch it at home. You're not a Nielsen family, that's cool. But you're going to go to the games, you posting about it, so you're upping their algorithm, you buying merch. You like, fam. Like, I put this on social media a while ago. I was like, we are so addicted to tradition as a people that I truly believe that the NFL could come out and say all black players are banned from this game, and there would still be black folks that found a reason to support.
I want to give black folk a little more credit now. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think
it's niggas with 12-year-old kids still listen to R. Kelly and go to his concerts. What did you say?
I don't think it's gonna be that drastic, but I do pose the question. This like I never really consider myself to have a dog in the fight, because like I haven't watched football in like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for you boycott, like, nah, I just haven't watched football in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? But I would pose this question. Say if there's a person that's out there watching football and they're taking the stance of, well, I mean, shit, man, there's still black folks on the field. There's still black offensive coordinators. There's still black folks that are being employed by this. You know what I'm saying? Why can't I be supporting them? Like, they are employed by this thing. Granted, they are fumbling the ball literally on handling this situation. You know what I'm saying? But damn, like, why do I have to ban it or boycott it, you know what I'm saying, to be down with the cause, so to speak? You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, if I'm helping folks in real life every day, you know what I'm saying? If I'm a district attorney helping folks, you know what I'm saying? If I'm helping somebody in real life every day, and I just want to have a beer and watch the goddamn, you know what I'm saying, Falcons, why I'm not the bad guy? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like what would you say to that situation? You know what I'm saying?
The only thing, go ahead. The only thing I can really say, man, is there are several black men who have protested the police brutality for people of color, who stood up and said there's something wrong with this.
Yeah.
And the majority white ownership has not only blackballed these men.
Right.
They have put fear into other black men that they may lose their jobs as well. Mm-hmm. And I've had this conversation with many intelligent men, including my father, and I said, listen, man, he said, are you willing to bite your nose to spite your face? You know, like, are you willing to unemploy? What if it works? What if NFL goes under, right? Mm-hmm. And it's 80% African Americans, right. And they got to find something different to do, man. Yeah. That's just how I feel about it. I feel that strongly about it. Jerry Jones sat there and told you, yeah, Papa John's called you nigga, but that's still my boy. Mm-hmm. What more do you need to see?
Right.
Like, and then proceeds to really test that gangster and say, if you don't kneel on this team, then you might not be on this team. Nobody kneeled on the Cowboys last year. Two cats raised their fists after the anthem. I don't think either one of those guys are on the team anymore. But Jerry Jones has forever been the cat that is like, there's the NFL, and then there's the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. And that's his shit. I respect it. It is what it is. You can't tell nobody to do what they shit. But if there are other teams out there, and there's other shit to do. Like, I honestly feel like, and I don't want to get super deep into it because I haven't really super processed it, but I feel like in order to make it to the pinnacle in certain industries, you have to let go of a piece of yourself to a certain extent. And I feel like there are a lot of professional athletes because they have to deal with so much. It's like the military. So much breaking down of you to build you back up. Mm-hmm. Everybody ain't with that shit. That's why you got cats like Marshawn. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, everybody ain't with that. And to speak to what you said about, you know, your pops, his thought process behind it, I think that goes into the whole financial aspect of it because you got to look at the fact that most of these guys don't have guaranteed contracts.
Yeah.
And the guaranteed contracts don't. If you really look at an NFL contract, it is quite possibly one of the worst things you could ever sign.
Shout out to Michael Vick.
You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, they'll sit there and tell you all this prorated money, and you'll say, oh, yeah, he signed a $150 million deal. Well, they gave you a $20 million sign.
I know guys that
And they pay taxes in every state they play in. Like, if you were playing the Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings, Carolina Panthers, you were paying taxes in every state.
Sure. And I get it. But, I mean, I know cats that played in the league that were like, I'm not allowing my son to play football.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't want him to go to the pros, like, not playing football, period. So I get it. I wanted to, before we get off the subject, I wanted to say D.L. Hughley said something on his show that I thought was some of the realest shit ever, man. He was like, the Cowboys are what America is, indifferent towards black people's suffering. The only time black people have white people's attention is when we're entertaining them. Imagine getting millions of white people to look at black people or listen to black people doing anything that isn't jumping, running, laughing, singing, or joking. There's no better time to have this conversation.
These owners don't mess with you. You have to understand. You have to understand that on every single level. Well, such and such does this in the hood. Well, you got to understand that's a tax write-off. I can get into detail with that, but that's what it is. Those foundations are legitimate tax write-offs. So they got to go ahead help little Leroy. I'm sorry, his name is not Leroy, but they got to help Deontay and build a school. Yeah, we built this school. Run, nigga. That's just how it is, and I hate thinking like that. But you can't show me anything else. The Dolphins, the same guy I was talking about, the owner and all that stuff. They had imposed fines before they tabled that conversation.
Yeah.
You don't come out, we're fining you. And now all of a sudden it's this big tradition, but 8 years ago, 9 years ago, you didn't even do this. They stayed in the locker room.
It's about the bread. If y'all don't know, there are, I believe, 14 teams in the NFL. There are teams in the NBA and MLB as well who have contracts with the armed forces. That one of the main reasons they want people to be out there because it's a good look. They're paying you all this money. Ironically, I believe the Falcons take more money than anybody from the Armed Forces soundtrack.
Paid patriotism.
In the NFL, yeah, exactly. So, so y'all want to keep on going up there and supporting, paying that bread, do what you do, man. Please, before we go, before I say, I got to shout out to Beyonce, man. It's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Vogue
always
has been around for 125, 126 years. I ain't never had a black photographer shoot a cover. We had a black president before we had a black photographer shoot a cover for Vogue magazine.
Damn, they white. Damn.
Yeah, they gave her
I just don't understand.
I'm like, Andre Leon Talley don't know no black photographers. He couldn't make that happen. But Beyonce, power move.
He got one under his smock, I think.
Yeah.
He got a black photographer under his smock.
He said Andre Leon Talley got a black photographer under his smock. I quit.
He could have had one more.
quit.
Yeah, he was the editor. Was he an editor in chief?
I don't know what he is.
Or
I just
maybe he
know
wasn't the editor in chief.
He is.
I don't know, but
he is the second most recognizable face that's ever been associated with Vogue. 100%. But yeah, shout out to Beyonce for having a black photographer shoot our cover, man. It's a damn shame that we are in 2018 and we still having first for black people. It's not the first astrophysicist. It ain't the first black person that could cure cancer. It's not the first black person to run a marathon in a minute. It's the first black person to shoot a fucking picture on the cover of a magazine.
Doesn't that make you? I just get.
Well, we do live in a post-racial society, though.
Yes.
I
didn't know that.
Yeah. You didn't know?
This is wild, man. It's amazing. Yeah. So shout out to Black Excellence, man. Shout out to Excellence, period. If you ride with us, we appreciate it. If you don't, fuck you. Please tell people where they can. Y'all have to listen to this album. It's the new Jack. It's fun.
It's the new Jack.
It's super fun. Please tell people where to listen to it and where they can find you online and all of that.
It's available on Apple Music,
iTunes, Apple Music,
Spotify, Tidal. What's the other?
YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube videos are up.
Google
What
Play,
about your social media?
At the Black and Mild. So the Black N, letter N, mild.
Gotcha.
Don't forget the D.
Gotcha. Well,
And that's where the YouTube as well, and the Facebook.
I haven't got no cease and desist from the company.
Oh no.
Not yet. We're looking at them as sponsors. Black and Mild, if you're out there, I mean, we'll change the name to Swisher Sweets.
Yo.
Backwoods.
Yo. And on that note, we're about to be out. Oh, man, if y'all love basketball, man, I went and checked out the basketball tournament this weekend in Atlanta. I think the finals are they're on ESPN, but also in Baltimore Thursday and Friday. Super dope experience. The Sacramento Kings, y'all have the worst talent evaluation ever. Jimmer Fredette was out there dropping 40, 50 points every game. Jumper wet, killing. And they're in the finals. Elite Overseas, who's won, they won like $5 million the last 2 years in the tournament. They're in the Final Four. And Marquette has a team, and it's a team that was supposed to suck, but they made it too. I was tripping because Greg Oden was out there.
Greg Oden was running and jumping.
Greg Oden was
and cutting.
Greg Oden was
3-point to 3-point.
No, foul line to baseline. The whole game. Yeah. Foul line to baseline. But man, make sure if you're in Baltimore, y'all go support. If not, watch it on ESPN. Very good basketball, very entertaining. And from what I hear, they're supposed to be trying to bring the Final Four to Atlanta next year. So that should be pretty dope.
Stockton Kings.
Right.
Sacramento Kings got a D-League team called the Stockton Kings. I'm from Stockton.
Oh, yes.
So I'm just very happy about that. We do have horrible talent evaluation. You are correct.
Oh, man. Terrible. But, yo, we appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you follow us on Day One Radio on all your social media. Make sure you follow our other event, Hip Hop Trivia ATL, on your social media as well. Coming to a town near you soon. See you next week. Peace.
Yo, Black, tell them how we chill.
Yeah, Ma, we always keep it real. Deaf dope friends out here on the grill and making sure everyone gets their fill.
It's a perfect day to sit back and parlay. Turn the music up, let that Black and Mild play.
The way the sun's shining reminds me of LA.
But don't get it twisted, we rapping for the A.
Playing spades, dominoes, Jenga, and Uno.
Got way too much food, so bring all the friends you know.
Making chicken, hot dogs, and burgers too.
Even quinoa and kale for the vegan crew.
Supposed to start at 1, but we on CPT.
Told all the guests noon, so they'd get here by 3.
It's the BLACK
and the MILD. And this is the anthem for your block party or your cookout.
It's the cookout. Bring all your friends out to the cookout. It's time to chill. It's the cookout. Bring all your friends out to the cookout. It's time to chill.
Can't get better weather than we had today.
No humidity, and the rain stayed away.
La over there screaming about some spades.
Who ate the last piece of red velvet cake?
Looking at the table, I ain't trying to diss.
Is this potato salad? Who made this? Ain't no paprika, and they added some raisins. Whoever made this must be white or Asian.
It's all good, we don't discriminate.
The cookout's all about love, not hate. So tell the DJ to turn up the volume. If your homies coming, you might want to call
We
them.
did the wobble, shuffle, and all them dances.
If they don't hurry up, they might miss their chances.
Everybody's drunk and the food's getting low. You already know, and took place to go.
From the cookout.
It's the cookout. Bring all your friends out to the cookout. It's time to chill. It's the cookout. Bring all your friends out to the cookout.